Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Sim500 Race City Sports Memorabilia Superspeedway Series event. We are back at the Daytona International Speedway. Why is it paused? Oh, there we go. But we've got the 1987 machines back out on track here tonight. And we're going to go straight into a driver interview. Let's go with Joey Gattina. Let's see if he is available here. Hey Joey, Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Hey Sean, what's going on, man?
It's going good. It looks like right now you have a top 10 machine in practice here. What are your expectations and how's that car driving?
Well, it's horrible driving, and we're gonna just try to keep the wheels on it. It's gonna be crazy at the start. I don't know where. A lot of race cars out here. I mean, almost a full field. I think. I don't know that I've ever raced in a field with this many 87 cars. So hopefully, there's not a ton of tires we're having to dodge down the back straightaway.
Well, we're going to have a lot of racing here, and what's your strategy throughout this race to maybe be able to come home with another win this season?
Uh, it's just survive. I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to get to the second half of the race to start trying to figure out how to win it. So I don't know. Like I said, whether we're going to qualify or not, I don't know. Usually I qualify mid pack, and I don't know. We'll just see what happens here, man. But should be a good race.
And you say something about middle, or about half of something, I can't remember. I was going to say, anyways, I'm losing my brain cells. But we're about halfway through the season as well, and this is the final race before the chase starts. And right now you're in a really good position. You sit fourth with a win, one top five, three top tens. What are you going to try to do to maybe put your performance up another notch when the chase starts here?
Probably have to be a little bit more aggressive, but again, it's just all about survival. So we've been pretty fortunate to do that. And pick up a win. I think we can win another one, maybe two more. But we'll just have to see if it's in the cards.
Alright, buddy. Well, good luck tonight, and hopefully you come home with win number 2 and get some good points heading into the chase this week.
Thank you, buddy.
So yeah, like I said, this is the final race before the chase starts. So these drivers who are at or below the cut line are going to be very much so in jeopardy. Sorry. And we'll take a look at it now. First driver I see out, which is a fairly big name here, is Michael Muntz. Oh, Chad Coleman is also out of it, although he has only made 5 starts out of the 7, so he not really expecting to make it. Tyler Dalton, he's all but out of it. I don't think there's no way he can make it up this race, unless everybody in front of him DNFs. Yeah, so far we have seen a different winner for all 7 races. And last week, EJ O'Rourke got the race win at Daytona in the trucks. So that is probably another contender for this one here. Let's see what is going on out on track, though. Let's see how these guys are handling. Here's Mac McMillan. Let's see if we can get some guys in a pack. I don't think there anyone really is. Here's Craig Martin and his Ford Thunderbird. I'm only seeing one Buick in the entire field. Or no, there's 2. There's 3. So they're very much so outnumbered. I have not seen the Buicks out on track yet, but here it is. Here's Bobby Wenzel's number 9 Miller Buick machine. Looking very nice tonight as the sun sets over Daytona Beach, Florida. As the clock hits 9 p.m. Eastern Time, that means practice will be coming to an end about a minute and a half here. Next week, we will be at Talladega Superspeedway for race number 9 of the season, and that'll be the first race of the chase. Top 12 drivers make it in. And there's a lot of cars around the bubble. We're going to keep an eye on those drivers a lot throughout the night. Right now, Dusty Burkhart, last one in the chase as it stands. And he is tied with Kevin DeBrown and is 17 points above Michael Muncy as it sits. So these drivers have to really put it into gear here tonight, especially Jeremy Reed, Coleman, Mustaine, and even Michael Muncy. Some of these gaps are pretty big and probably won't be able to make them up with one race remaining. So, with that being said, drivers, let's get this show on the road. 30 seconds remaining to practice before qualifying, and then we'll see who gets the pole. Track position is everything, and these cars seem to spread out a lot more than any other super speedway race we've seen this season. So we're really going to have to keep an eye on how things spread out here tonight and when pit strategy will come into effect. And if tires come into effect as well, when we go green, we're going to have 60 laps of racing here tonight. A little less than normal from what we've seen so far. We've got like 68, 61, 68, 61, 70. So it varies a lot. But the last two races of the season are both 80-lap races. Those two will be the longest of them all as the field turns over to qualifying here tonight. Alright, John Mustaine Jr., first driver out on track here as he accelerates in his number 00. I think that's a Chevrolet if I remember correctly. Yep, Monte Carlo. There's something about these steel boxes that just look awesome when they're going fast, isn't it? Tim Workman Jr. coming out as well. But let's see what kind of laps these drivers can set for us here. Here's Forrest Scott going across the line for his first time lap. He is all the way up against the wall. That's where you can gain a lot of momentum, as you can see by the speedometer right under his first name, hitting nearly 200 miles an hour with no drafting help. So lap times are going to be significantly higher than what we've seen compared to the Xfinity or Cup or Truck car. It is not an 87s race without a Days of Thunder machine, and here it is, Quentin Carpenter driving number 16 City Chevrolet Monte Carlo on his first lap here, looking to set the fastest lap and take the pole. But right now, that position is to Justin Fuller in his Ford T-Bird, his Underbird, if you will. Say thunders, pun intended, at turn number 2. John Mustaine Jr. and current points leader Tim Workman Jr. follow in second and third position. Matt Dominic back up to third in points after a bad race 2 weeks ago, where he fell 3 positions. Fell 3 positions there. Fuller holds on to the current preliminary pole here. Forrest Scott in second, with Richard Beasley making his second lap. Doy Woods takes third over that number 10 machine. Doy Woods making his first start of the season, unless he raced last week. Of course, there were no broadcasts here on the VRN as we were out and about stuff. But here comes Richard Beasley trying to better his lap time here. Can he break the 43-second mark, as only 2 drivers now have done it? Brandon Vikey takes over second. Beasley moves up to 4th. And moves back down to 5th. Now what about Doy Woods? Can he break the 53-second mark? Yes, he can. 53.995, good enough for 3rd. Some good lap times from these drivers so far here tonight. Here's Michael Muncy in dire need of a good run here tonight. Has not had the best of all luck. Let's see if he can turn that around here tonight and gain the points he needs to be able to break the top 12 in points and make the chase. We'll have to wait and see what he can do in the number 91 Rex Chevrolet Monte Carlo here tonight. See, he's coming around to complete his second lap. So is Tyler Dalton. And he just completed his lap. He moves up to third. And Mac McMillan actually tops the charts there. Here's last week's winner, E.J. O'Rourke. Trying to go back to back. Is going to start off with a solid qualifying effort from the 41. Let's see what he's got at the line. 43. It's going to go into the 44.019. That's still top 10. Oh, actually, no, that's just shy. That's 11th. And then Chris Sawyer's the last car out on track still. And that's the end of qualifying there. We actually went the whole 5 minutes, basically. Go ahead, disable that graphic here. Now, 60 laps of Superspeedway racing coming to you. And just a few moments, maybe even a few minutes, depending on how long gridding takes here. We're going to see probably some fantastic racing here tonight, as we usually do with these 1987 cars. We're going to get ready here for one of the greatest races. But now it's time to look at tonight's starting lineup. Mac McMillan and Justin Fuller starting on your front row here tonight, with Tyler Dalton and Bobby Wetzel coming up in row number 2, and then Brandon Bikey rounding out your top 5. Michael Muncy, first driver out of the playoffs right now, currently sits 6th on the starting grid. Hopefully he can finish at or around that position. Any better is what he needs right now. Joey Gattina is going to be starting in the 7th position tonight in car number 14, with Brian Macklin in the 30 machine. And then rounding out the top 10, Doy Woods with a 43.995, just in front of Forrest Scott, starting 10th. And then we have E.J. O'Rourke in car number 41, trying to go back-to-back, become the first repeat winner. Or could it be Derek Myers getting his first win of the season? And that's going to be Chad Coleman and Richard Beasley in row number 7. Beasley starting from the pits there. And then it's going to be current points leader Tim Workman Jr. in the 83, and Jose Gonzalez in the 16th position in car number 26. Row number 9, John Mustaine Jr. in the 00 machine, with Brett Murphy in the 64. Rounding out row number 10 and the top 20, Quentin Carpenter in the City Chevrolet number 16, starting 19th, with Ron Holofield starting 20th in car number 1. Row number 11, we have Matt Nicholson in the 49, starting 21st, and Joshua Gathright starting 22nd in car number 98. Then we got Kevin DeBrown in the 93 and Chris Sawyer in the 50. And then row number 13 is John Fowler and Matt Dominic, currently sits 3rd in points. And we got Kevin England in the 127 and Doug Sigmund in the 04, starting 28th. And then rounding out row 15, Jeremy Reed and Craig Martin in the 05. And then Bruce Lee Weaver starting 31st, with Ed Burrell on his outside in car number 21. And that's Lois Robinette in the 32 and Gerald Livingston in the 96, starting 34th. And then Joshua Ingram and Steve Hoppett in the 36th position. And then Andrew Schroeder rounds out your top 37 drivers. That is going to be your entire field here tonight. And we are going to go ahead and get ready to go green here at Daytona International Speedway. Pace car is going to be pulling off the speedway here in just a moment.
Green, buddy. Go, go, go.
And what an eventful first lap that was already. Nearly 3 wide for the race lead into turn number 1. Mac McMillan trying to hold on to the race lead over Tyler Dalton. Brandon Bikey applying a lot of pressure on the inside. Here comes Michael Muncy, Justin Fuller from the second row. 49 off pace on the bottom. A lot of cars started from the pits. That's Matt Nicholson going a lap down here on lap number 2 already. What a turn of events so far as the 22 going to the inside, ducking down low. I actually went to the wrong camera. Sorry about that. As the field comes out, turn number 2, Brandon Bikey takes the race lead, but Mac McMillan not going to go down without a fight at the line. McMillan leads lap number 2 over Tyler Dalton, Brandon Bikey. But they are still side by side. McMillan now going to clear the 22. And here comes Fuller with a bit of a run to the 19. What's he going to do? I thought he was going to go to the inside, split the middle, make it 3 wide. He decided not to. He's going to hold his ground in position number 6 as Brian Macklin moves up to 5th. And Bobby Wetzel looking for 6th now. Side by side, 2 rows deep up front. And towards the back is probably pure chaos as usual. There's Joshua Gathright in the 98 there on the bottom. Very spread out, as I had mentioned during the pre-race. It's going to happen. There's Chad Coleman, Richard Beasley. Both drivers started from the pits as well. So a lot of drivers choosing that route, knowing that there's going to be a caution. As we are 4 laps into this event as they come out of turn number 2, Mac McMillan holds on to the lead, but Tyler Dalton might have the momentum here as they head into 3. They're going to go 3 wide. Brandon Bikey out of line. I thought they were going to go 3, but they did not. I'm going to guess Bikey may have backed out of that one. McMillan going to check up there as the field comes out of turn 4. I thought that they were going to wreck for the lead. And at the line, I think Fuller's going to lead that one. Very close there between the 2 drivers early on. We're going to see a lot of this side-by-side high-speed racing action as these drivers are likely close to over 200 plus miles an hour. As you can see on board, Mac McMillan's timer here. You can see he's hitting 209, 210, 211. All probably getting close to 215 here once we get into 3. Yep, 215 on the dot. Usually you don't have to lift for these super speedways, but here you do. And looking at the track temp, not very hot today. Pretty cool, 77 degrees Fahrenheit here in Florida, or Daytona Beach, Florida. You have a track temp of 81 degrees, so not a huge jump at all. Only 4 degrees difference, wind speed 2 miles an hour, and that's blowing north. So it's blowing towards 3 and 4, if I remember correctly. As they are still side by side for the race lead here on lap number 6. Tyler Dalton with the advantage over Justin Fuller, but both drivers have big pushers behind him, being Brian Macklin and Mac McMillan. A lot of Macs. We'll go on board Bobby Wetzel here. He is like just outside, but still inside the draft. See what he's seeing on board the number 9 of Bobby Wetzel here. You can see the back of Justin Fuller, or not Justin Fuller, Brian Macklin And the Fujifilm car, that is Michael Muncie. Hopefully he can stay up here all night long and be able to contend. We're seeing a lot of sparks here. I don't know what's going on. I think McMillan is bugging out again. Yes, it does seem that he is blinking a bit. Can't really tell from this position on this track. But there's a lot of cars scraping the ground here. We're on board the number 8 machine now. Nope. 91 of Muncie. You can see that number 8 car is blinking. It's probably making these guys not be personally comforted, as you can see on the back of the 51.
Yellow out.
And yellow flag is out for the first time here tonight. That number 8 machine is nowhere to be seen. I see him now. There he is. I'm gonna guess. Oh, yeah. He blinked and I think it got him turned around there. That is the cause of caution number 1 of the night. Michael Muncie sits 3rd in the number 19 machine, with Macklin 4th. Bobby Wenzel rounds out your top 5. Tyler Dalton, Justin Fuller are going to be your front row under this restart. But let's see if we can get a quick word from Michael Muncie, driver of the number 91 here. Oh, actually, I do not see him in the voice chats this week. But he knows there is a lot of pressure on his back here tonight. He has a lot of work to do if he wants to make the chase here. Let's see if there's anyone else who is just outside here, like Brandon Bikey. He's in the chat, right? Yep. Well, go ahead and talk to him here. Hey, Brandon, Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alright, Brandon, currently you're running in the 8th position. It looks like you got a fast number 22 machine here tonight. But you've got a lot of work to do if you want to be able to make the chase. With the final race of the season, a lot of pressure. How are you handling that here tonight?
Well, these cars are, like I said last time you interviewed me, in the same exact car. These cars are wild. So I plan on actually going to the back because I think there's going to be some cautions tonight. And I'm just going to hang out until about 20 left, and then I'm going to be charging the front real hard. So hopefully by that time, a bunch of people are out, a bunch of people have damage, and I can cruise on by. So that's my strategy, and hopefully it'll work. We'll see about it.
Well, between you and Muncie, you two are both pretty close here. And you missed last week, actually, so it's going to be a little tougher for you. But between you two, what are you going to try to do to maybe work together to get you both into the top 12?
Well, I got to win. I mean, I was actually in the race last week, but I think I got wrecked on lap 2 or something like that. So I got to win. So it's all or nothing. That's what I plan to do today. So, and hopefully Muncie, we can help get him a top 5 or top 3 and get him in the top 12 too. So it'd be great to see 3 of our drivers in the chase. So we're gonna go for it and see what happens. And who knows?
All right, buddy. Well, good luck tonight. You've done great so far. Hopefully you can keep that machine in the top 10, or at least back up to the top 10 and survive.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys do. Shout out to my teammates, Matt, Muncie, and Jeremy. And, you know, I appreciate all their help and work this season. We've done a great job together, I think. And Muncie's got a good chance of winning this race, too. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I hope you guys have a good show here because it's going to be a wild race for sure.
All right. Well, we got another 50 laps to go. Good luck, Brandon. Hopefully we can talk to you post-race.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Brandon seems very confident in his number 22 machine, so he might be one of the drivers to keep an eye out for, along with his teammate Michael Muncie, who's actually coming down pit road for the first time now. He stayed out earlier, as he is, I'm gonna guess, try to move towards the back of the field. As the field's going to line up 2 by 2, we'll be going back green this time around. We're going to have to see what happens on this restart here. We're going to see probably a bit more chaos, honestly. Because Craig Martin, he did not pit under that previous caution. I mean, they only did run about 7 or so laps under green. Therefore, he should be okay. Matt Nicholson's out of the race along with Gerald Livingston. And that's everybody. Joshua Ingram, first car, multiple laps down. He sits 5 down at the time, or at the moment. The 05, Craig Martin, Justin Fuller, Macklin, Dalton, O'Rourke. Your top 5 on this restart with Wenzel and Forrest, Scott, Joey Gattina on the outside looking into that top 5 running. Here we go. Pace car's going to be pulling off the speedway once more here on lap number 11. We're going green with 49 laps to go. Can these guys survive this lap here? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Here we go. Pace car is off. Green flag is out at Daytona. Slow car on the speedway. That is the 05 of Craig Martin. You guys saw what happened, and here comes another one down pit road. Don't know who that was. That Michael Muncie? Yes, it was. He came in hot. That might be a speeding penalty for the 91. Not how he wanted his race to go, especially being so close to the cut line here. As the field comes out turn 2, Fuller has the race lead over Brian Macklin, EJ O'Rourke, Tyler Dalton, Bobby Wetzel. What a chaotic restart that was. The field has singled it out, though, and pit stops have completed, and everybody has come down pit road now. Even Craig Martin. Nope, never mind. He actually stayed out. I thought it said that he was going down pit road there. Apologies for that. That's Forrest Scott up in the wall. No, that's Andrew Schroeder, actually. Up into the outside wall for the number 94 Jets machine. Not a good start for his night either. He'll be able to recover, hopefully. Maybe make his way towards the front here. Bobby Wetzel inside the top 5, but not by a lot. He has a lot of pressure. Tim Workman Jr. still leading the points right now in car number 83 in the black and white Chevrolet Monte Carlo, or black and yellow, sorry. And just ahead of him, Derek Myers wrecking in the back. Someone's around. Is that Quentin Carpenter? Ooh, hard hit for the 16. No caution. Up, oh my, up and over goes Quentin Carpenter. No caution, surprisingly enough, for a... Wow, let's take a look at the replay. It looks like he, yep, got tight. Tried to save it, I guess. Didn't lock it up, and then... That's a Chris Buescher right there. The wheel dug up into the ground, went up and over. Let's get one more look at it quick. Let's go on board. Go ahead, heading into turn 3 and 4. He may have tried to get back on the oh, looks like he hit the apron there, got loose, and then got up in the wall there. Thought he had it, just not quite enough, and up and over. That is going to end his night likely. But EJ O'Rourke with the race lead right now in car number 19. Oh, wait, no, that's Tyler Dalton in the 19. Sorry, I don't know why. I've seen EJ O'Rourke be in the 41 forever. I don't know why I made that mix-up, but He's now 4th on the outside. He's going to try to shut the door between him and the 51. That's his teammate, Justin Fuller. Not able to do it, but Brian Macklin, he's going to pop up top. Those two will work together, and he's in the wall. Defending race winner, EJ O'Rourke, up into the outside wall there. Not good for him. And then Brian Macklin left to be alone there. For Scott, Joey Katina going to get by. Mac McMillan might be able to pass the 41 as well here. Tim Wortman Jr. is going to go up to the top side, try to get around Derek Myers. But teammates now to the lead, and that's Tyler Dalton in the lone Buick, basically. Bobby Wenzel, because the only other Buick is out of the race, and then there's Forrest Scott in the other one. So there's only 2 Buicks running right now. And here comes Fuller with the move to the outside, trying to take the race lead, but not going to be able to make it work. He'll line back in behind the number 19. But he's going to try it again here at a turn at number 2. He has Brian Macklin behind him this time. The number 9, and trailing just a bit, Bobby Wenzel trying to get back up to the back of his teammate. And caution is out. I thought I heard the spotter say it, but I wasn't 100% sure. I don't... Oh, was that Brandon Bikey? Oh, no. Nearly Days of Thunder. Here, let's go on board here. We might have a good view of it. Let's see what happened here. On board Brandon Bikey through this incident here. All happened in front of him. 04 Doug Sigmund involved. And the 25, Matt Dominic there. Oh, man. Well, let's see what caused that incident to begin with here. Looks like it was a bit further up there. With the 30-something. Who was that? The 32 of Lois Robinette here. The 98. Oh, looks like he got loose, and then the 98 just gave him a little bit more help there. Actually, there's 2 separate incidents between him and Matt Dominic. What happened between these two? Oh, looks like the 04 of Doug Sigmund may have had some contact there with whoever. That's the 50. I don't know who the 50 is, honestly. That's Chris Sawyer in the 50, sorry. Couldn't remember who it was. But that took out a pretty good amount of cars, and that 22 has damage. Field coming down pit road, except for the 32, surprisingly. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and take a break here on the VRN. We'll be right back once we're getting ready to go green. All right, here we go. We are going to be going green. This time around, the 32 did not pit. They preferred to take the track position over pitting there, so this could be a good call, or this could be a bad call. You never know what will happen. But Fuller, Macklin, Dalton, and Rourke round out your top 5 with Wetzel, Myers, and Gattina on the outside looking for top 5 yet again. Derek Myers, whoa, problems for Joey Gattina. He is falling through the field. It looks like he is having some internet issues as well. But here we go. Spotter's going to lead us to the green flag here. iRacing pace car is going to pull down the track into pit road.
Green, buddy. Go, go, go.
And there it is. Green flag is out once again here in Daytona. Robinette with the early jump there. He's going to lead his first few laps under green here, likely. Macklin with the pressure from Fuller, Dalton, O'Rourke close behind. Has some of the biggest names inside the top 5 tonight. Usually, these guys usually don't have the best of luck, honestly. They usually get wrecked out early or involved in a big wreck, but we still have plenty of time for that to happen. We still have over half the race left. I don't mean to jinx it, but I know it just did. EJ O'Rourke, obviously, coming off the win last week at Daytona. Trying to carry that momentum over. He's looking for the race lead at a turn number 4, side by side with Brian Macklin. Bobby Wetzel's going to go with him, and at the line, O'Rourke is going to lead the first lap of this restart. You'll love this run. And Lewis Robinette has already fallen down to 5th. It's a 4. All around goes Macklin. I just had to say something about bad luck, didn't I? Oh, it's a big one. Up and over goes the 30 machine. Oh, the 28's in it. Doyle Williams, Lewis Robinette. I think Mac McMillan. Oh, your points leader's in it. Oh, man, they're still stacking up in the back. There's Brandon Bikey just going to slowly crawl through that one. Wow. If we go static here, we might be able to see this all unfold. We're not going to worry about Macklin just sliding by us here. You can see him get loose there, and then chaos just completely unfold there. Up and over, you can see in the distance. I mean, Macklin slid on his side for a couple of feet there. Oh man, you could definitely meme that moment right there for Macklin. I mean, that was a massive wreck. By far, probably the biggest wreck I've seen. I mean, he slid all the way from the turn 4 exit past the camera. But just the way it happened, I just find it funny. I'm sure Macklin does not. That was a terrible wreck. You can see how long he was sliding for here. We'll take a look at it here. All the way to the end of these dotted white lines. Way past the white lines, actually. As he finally comes to a stop. That is at least 50, maybe even 100 feet. It's honestly hard to tell. He goes upside down here and slides like a third of the way down the backstretch. So like that black billboard there. I can't tell what's on it, but the Chevrolet billboard here, maybe. No, it gets to the Toyota one, but still. Man, he slid for a while there. He has retired from the session. That is another DNF to add to it. Jared Livingston, first car lap down. He might be able to get the wave around here. Or someone else will. Not quite sure. But EJ O'Rourke, Justin Fuller take the race lead. We're going to go ahead, break here, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Alright, here we go. Pace car. Gonna be going in out of 4. It's gonna be the top 5. Fowler, Murphy, just outside of it. Let's see what happens here. O'Rourke, Fuller, Hoppet, Wenzel, Dalton, your top 5 here on this restart, but here it comes. Pace car pulling off the speedway. Pass it on to Spotter.
Green, green, green. Let's go.
Here comes the field across the line. Beautiful scenes from Daytona International Speedway here tonight, guys. Having a fantastic race. Fuller, Wenzel, Muncie, Dalton. Top 5 right now, starting to spread out just a bit as usual. We're getting close to that halfway here. And we're going to see probably some more exciting racing towards the second half. I think it's going to amp up by a couple of notches, honestly. As there goes Fuller to the race lead, and Wetzel out to dry in his number 9 Miller Buick. They're side by side, just about there for second for a bit. But at the line, Fuller was able to clear Wetzel for third, or second rather. And Wetzel settled for third. Those two are going to try the outside here, trying to gain momentum on Fuller. A lot of stuff happening back here. Richard Beasley, 21, of Ed Burrell, and Doy Woods all in a mix-up here. The 28 pushing the 10. And Burrell on the bottom, they'll clear him. Further up front, Steve Hoppet falling off a bit, his number 131 machine. Restart inside the top 5, and now is outside of the top 10, down to 14th as Joey Gattina gets by. And Mac McMillan, that puts him outside of the top 15 now. Problems for the 131 maybe. A lot of single file all through the field right now as we approach halfway at the line. 3 wide for the race lead as soon as I say single file. Oh, never heard of it. Oh, almost a big bump to the number 9 there from Justin Fuller. His number 51 personal comfort 4. Very loose out of 4. Oh, Jesus. I'm surprised he didn't wreck there. They're racing like it's the last lap, not halfway. Jesus. Like I said, it's going to amp up a notch. I didn't mean it was going to amp up a notch now. Give it some more time. I thought, no. We're going to take it from like 30, 40 to like 70, 80, and then we'll go to 100. Like that. We have some lap traffic coming up in the windshields of these drivers. It's hard to see from this angle because we're facing backwards. But if we can get an angle where we're facing down the straightaway, we might be able to see them again. I don't know exactly who they are, but I know that they are not that far off. You might have been able to see him there for a second. Fuller has the race lead, still over Bobby Wenzel. There's Michael Muncie up to third, and currently, I'm gonna try to do some math here, and some of you may know this. I'm bad at math, but well, I'll try my best. You get 43 points per win and it goes down by 1 for every position. So it's your typical, oh, Muncie, no, why do I have to talk about you? Okay, he's good, he's good, he's good. Every time, I swear, it's every time we go to someone, or we're talking about him, they need points, something happens to him. Like, man, he's going to fall all the way down to 11th, but the damage doesn't look that bad, so he should be relatively okay to move on. Now, if he finishes 11th, that's going to be 32 points to him. And he needs to make up... Wait, I don't remember seeing Dusty Burkhart here tonight. Now, wait a second. This changes everything. If Dusty Burkhart is not here, he has the spot. That is some great news for the 91. All he has to do is basically finish. But he has to at least get 17 points tonight. That's it. Just get 17 points. No, 18 points rather. And he will be in the chase here tonight. And then Jeremy Reed, he needs to get 20 plus 1. He needs to just get like 4 more points than Michael Muncie if he wants to be in. So it's gonna be a little close here. And then Coleman, Coleman needs to win, but at the same time he knows he's not gonna be able to make every race. And speaking of Coleman, there he is in 3rd. 35th lap in the books here. Welcome back to the Virtual Racing Network, and I might have muted my mic a bit early there. I thought I said we are going to go take a break, but I never did. I muted my mic before I said it, so that's on me. Sorry guys about the long quiet with no notice, I guess you could say. But we're closing in on just 20 laps to go. We've had about a 20-ish lap run here. Fuel may become an issue as Bobby Wenzel trying to take the race lead. Fuller, he's been at the helm of this thing pretty much most, if not the entire night. He might be one to look out for the win here. And if I remember correctly, he does not have a win this season, does he? I'm wrong, he does have a win. At Talladega earlier this year, 2nd race of the season. He's looking to be the first repeat winner of the season. But Bobby Wenzel might have something to say about that here, as he is looking for his first win of the season. if I look here, Bobby Wenzel currently 5th in points, 1 top 5, 4 top 10 races, top 10 finishes, sorry. And your current points leader, Tim Wortman Jr., 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s. He has had the most consistent race season of everybody. That's why he's the point leader right now. He has only led 6 laps, though. So consistency is the main key. And yellow flag is out. That's honestly probably a pretty well-timed caution. There's Coleman and Fowler spinning on it. Oh my, almost up and over goes the 48 of John Fowler. What a ride he went on. Let's back it up just a bit more here. This is coming out 4 into the tri-oval. It looks like he just got loose. I don't know if he got tagged from Coleman from behind, but he definitely did that time there. And up and over. I think Coleman may have gotten tagged as well from behind. We're going to go ahead and go far chase here. I want to say the first hit in the tri-oval was just Fowler getting loose, and yes, it was. No contact there, contact there, contact there, contact there. That might have been from the 48 that spun the 38 around. It's hard to tell. I don't think Myers hit him at all. Yeah. The left front quarter, or left front fender on the 48 tagged Coleman there. And that's what sent him around. So that is going to send everybody into pit road. But this guy pitted. He was able to sneak down pit road beforehand. Now, did he service his car? Yes, he did. So he's going to go a lap down. Although, wait, no, he's not. He's going back around. So he will have the race lead if everybody stays out. So big advantage for John Mustaine Jr. You'll love to see it for sure. We'll go ahead and get an interview with Justin Fuller here in a minute, if he is in the voice chats at least, which it doesn't look like he is. I don't see EJ O'Rourke there either, but I do see Bobby Wenzel here tonight. Let's get him in here. Well, we'll get him once he's out of pit road so we don't mess him up and make him speed. We've done that before too, believe it or not. I think we've jinxed about every single driver in this entire field at least once. Like, it is not a VRN broadcast if we don't jinx a driver terribly. Oh, good pit stop for Wetzel there. Now we'll go ahead and drag him up here. Hey Bobby, Sean up in the booth with VRN, you got a copy?
Got a copy.
Alright, well, you seem to have quite the confidence up there, up front. You're making some good moves, and you're inside the top 3. Since, like, the beginning of the race, I don't think you've ever dropped outside of it, really. What's your plan for the race throughout the last 20 laps here tonight?
Basically, just hold on, find a couple guys I feel confident around, and stick with them for as long as possible, because this car, if you get in the back of the pack, you don't know how talented the driver is behind the wheel. So I know the guys up front, they're pretty good with this car. They're pretty good with this track. I mean, this is the one time that you come to Daytona with this car that's like, oh, it's a handling and a driver track. It's not just a mash it and go. So I really love this car and track combo. It's just wonderful for me.
And it does seem like it gets very spread out very quickly. So if you think it's a group of like 4 or 5 of you guys, like we've seen all night with you, Fuller, O'Rourke, Dalton, guys like that, do you think you'll have a good chance at maybe getting the win here tonight?
Well, that is a talented group of drivers you got right there. I'll tell you what, I'll do my damnedest to be the one in victory lane, but it's going to be a dogfight to the end.
All right, well, good luck throughout the last 18, 17 laps here. And one last question, actually. Can we make it on fuel till the end here?
Yeah, we got enough fuel now. The pit window was about 24 to 25 laps, so we're good from here.
All right, well, good luck throughout the last part of this race, Bobby, and hopefully we talk to you post-race as well.
All right, thanks, guys.
Alright, well, field will be coming back green this time around. Wetzel will be restarting second. John Mustaine Jr. will restart on control here. In control here, actually, sorry. Michael Muncie not inside the top 15, it seems. He is 20th on the board right now. 20th, 19th. And, I think that's only, like, 13 points? No, that's 23 points. Not sure, but I know Kevin Brown is in the field here tonight. I do believe, at least. I think I saw him. He's been very, very quiet ever since the first race of the season. I'm looking for him. I thought I saw him earlier. Yeah, he's there in 8th position. In the Rainbow Warrior, number 93, DuPont Chevrolet. Back up front's going to be John Mustaine Jr., Bobby Wetzel, front row. We'll pass it off to the spotter, as usual.
Green, buddy. Go, go, go.
Mustaine with a very good restart there. EJ Rourke going to be able to get on the inside of Bobby Wetzel. Here comes, oh, some contact in the back. Doy Woods looked very sideways there, no 3. Or into 1, I don't know. That was a big mistake there, O'Brien. But Tim Wortman Jr. up to 4th. 41 pushing the 0-0. And here comes the 9 and the 19. Doubling up on the outside. Teammates working hard together, as they usually do. Wortman up the track a bit, got a little close to the 19. They're still side by side. Now they're going to go 4 up top, 2 on the bottom, looking for more help on the bottom. And O'Rourke is going to take the race lead here on lap 45. They're still side by side as the 9 of Bobby Wetzel tries to clear the 0-0 of John Mustaine Jr. as he's still getting pushed from Tyler Dalton. Coming to 16 laps to go here at the line. EJ Rourke is enjoying the lead he has right now, but they're about to eat him up into turn 3. Kevin Brown making it 3 wide. We're going to talk about this as casually as possible, like nothing ever happened. Bobby Wetzel outside left to dry right now with Tyler Dalton falling back. And then in the Bud machine, I think that is Jose Gonzalez there in the 26, running 9. We have not yet seen him most of the race. He's inside the top 10, looking to whip up some wind here in the number 26 Bud Chevrolet. There's Joey Gattina. Caution is out yet again. Looks like it's towards the back. Matt and Dominic, Brett Murphy. And Joshua Ingram may have been involved here. Let's see what happened. Looks like he got loose, and around he goes. They collected Steve Hoppett there, and almost the 64 of Brett Murphy. We're going to go in and do far chase here. Look at this. Look at how close he was to death. Twice. Man. He avoided it, though. And he is going to be able to live another day. Tell that one to the grandkids. O'Rourke, Mustaine, Wortman, Fuller, Kevin Brown making his top 5 debut tonight. And honestly, for the driver who has the most wins in this series all time, I think he's got a lot of patience. I'll give him that. That's for sure. But we're going to go ahead and take a break one last time here under caution. We'll see you soon when we go back green here at Daytona. Alright, here we go. I don't think anyone pitted there, and if so, very few did. Yeah, only a couple sprinklers in the back. Chris Sawyer, Derek Myers, and Steve Hoppett. That's it. 3 cars pitted that session. Actually, one's coming out just now. That's actually Brett Murphy, 2 laps down there. He was involved in that incident there. And funny thing, we were just talking about Bobby Wetzel, how he can maybe get through, and he fell 5 spots since we last talked to him. That's just our luck. That's just our luck. Here we go. Pace car's going to pull off. 11 laps to go. Let's see what happens with these last 11 laps. Pace car's going to pull off this time around.
Green, buddy. Go, go, go.
And off goes E.J. O'Rourke. Tim Workman Jr. trying to make some hay on the bottom. He has Kevin DeBrown behind him. Had Kevin DeBrown behind him. John Mustaine Jr. holding up on the outside here, doing good. That track position, that pitch strategy surprisingly worked very well for him, and he has been able to hold his ground as he is now out front of this thing with Fuller and DeBrown behind him, and around he goes.
Roger, yellow.
Oh, it's the big one. Oh. Hold the brakes, Buford. Up and over goes the 89. They're still wrecking. Wow. Muncie's in it. Oh, that is the biggest wreck I have ever seen. That is at least a gazillion. That's got to be everybody. Can we get a head count here? I think the 50 got through it. I mean, he had to come to a complete stop, but I mean, hey, he still got through it, did he not? I mean, that is at least 15, 20 cars. Wow. What a pile up out of 4 there, guys. Massive wreck. How'd the 89 go up and over like that? Checking up and, oh, he got rammed into from behind. Mac McMillan had nowhere to go. Wow. Let's go on board Richard Beasley here. We'll take a look and see what happened from his point of view here on the bottom. Behind Forrest Scott, Chad Coleman. And when the leader wrecks in front of everybody, it's sure to be a big one. Chad just, oh man. Nothing he could do. That took out a bunch of cars there. Oh man. Muncie still has that last qualifying position for the chase. However, he's going to have to hold on to it just a few more laps here. He's still in danger of not making it. If he finishes dead last, if he DNFs right now, he's out of it. I do believe. This has been quite a race. Honestly, I'm really enjoying these 87s. If they could stay here permanently, that would be awesome. Although, sadly, man, VRN was going to be going away for a while. Within a couple of weeks here. It's been a long run. It's been a great 2 years. Made a lot of friends. Met a lot of people. It's been awesome. It couldn't have happened without these guys here at Sim500. Joey, John, giving me the opportunity to broadcast for an awesome group of guys, honestly. And I really just seriously cannot thank them enough. And Brian Rupert from OG as well. Everyone's been awesome. And Dennis Puckett. I'll always remember his name. He gave me my first broadcasting opportunity way back in September of 2020. Took a big chance on me. And that league is still going. Bonfire Racing League. Another great group of guys. Everybody in the broadcasting community and iRacing community, they're just awesome. And if you're looking to get into it, it's great for a while, you know. So once again, thank you everybody who has helped me throughout the past 2 years. My former partners, Jax, Will. We've had a few one-offs with people as well. But Dennis Puckett, he gave me my first shot at it. And really owe everything to him. But this time, pace car pulls off the speedway. Here comes the field. Back to green. Fuller, Rourke, side by side as they head out of the tri-oval. All into the tri-oval grass. That's not where you're supposed to race. Although I guess you could say anything's a racing surface if you're brave enough. Caution's out again. We had a nice sentimental moment, and that just, yeah, that escalated fast. I think that was Doy Woods there in the 28. It's hard to see what caused that. I'm gonna guess wheel spin. I don't know. Who was that? I think that was Derek Myers who may have made some contact. We're gonna have to get a different view here. Who's that just ahead? Steve Hoppett there in the 131. Looks like he moves to his inside. Just wasn't clear yet to move to his inside. He didn't go down far enough. And then that basically... Oh, Dalton. Man, had nowhere to go. Someone ran over somebody's tire there. And then Doy Woods. A lot of damage to his 20. He's been involved in a lot of incidents here. Fuller, O'Rourke, Kevin DeBrown, Bobby Wetzel, and Kevin Wortman Jr. your top 5 on what could be the final restart of the night. Although, it could not be at the same time. We could very well see some overtime here tonight. We have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered start, finish thing. As we will see the field go back to green here with about 2 laps to go. So I don't think we're going to be going into overtime quite yet, but we will get very close to it. It'll be like an overtime attempt without the overtime. We'll go with that. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and take one last break here until we go back green. Alright, here we go. Going green this time around. It's gonna be, when we go green, 3 laps left. Alright, earlier predictions for this restart, guys. Put them in the chat now. I have no clue what's gonna happen. But I know it is gonna get insanely chaotic, if it hasn't been already. So let's see what happens here. Pace car is going to be pulling off here at a turn number 4. Fuller, O'Rourke, Kevin DeBrown, Bobby Wetzel, and Tim Wortman Jr. are going to be going to, or going to be inside your top 5. Here we go. Pace car is off for last, so we're going to go ahead and do static cam.
Green, green, green. Let's go.
They're going to make it through the tri-oval here. 3 laps to go. A lot of chaos already throughout the entire field. Fuller with the lead over O'Rourke and Bobby Wetzel. Singled out through the front except for the race lead right now. Battling side by side. Running back to 2 to green. Go ahead and go back to your outer cam here. Single file, EJ O'Rourke leads over Bobby Wetzel and Justin Fuller. Fuller gonna make a move. Here comes Kevin DeBrown. Everybody's up on the top lane. Bobby Wetzel left to dry. Here comes DeBrown to the outside as well. Tim Wortman, where's he gonna go? He's gonna stick to the bottom for now. Here comes Forrest Scott and Chad Coleman. Oh, very loose. 2 cars, both leaders. Around goes Wetzel. Big crash. We're going into overtime.
Slow down. Yellow's out.
Oh, man. Wow. That is all I can say right now. Just wow. Jose Gonzalez got through it. He's up to 2nd now, maybe even the race lead. I don't think Fuller was happy with Tim there. Coleman. I think he's going the wrong way. Back it up. Someone's got to be his beeper. Alright, he whipped it around. That's good. Back to the live feed here. It's going to be close on fuel now. At least it's going to be close to... close-ish on fuel. Going into overtime. I think we're going to see a double overtime here tonight, honestly, from the absolute chaos we have seen so far tonight. I don't think it's going to get any better throughout this first attempt at overtime. Your top 5 after that wreck is EJ O'Rourke, Jose Gonzalez, Kevin DeBrown, Ron Holofield, and Bruce Lee Weaver. Followed up with Derek Myers, Joshua Gathright, Mac McMillan, and Michael Muncie, then Chris Sawyer rounding out the top 10. Big change in the running order there. Wetzel's all the way down to 22nd now. He should still be okay to make the top 12 in points, though. I don't know who to pick, honestly. I want to say EJ O'Rourke is a sitting duck right now, although he has done a great job controlling the lead on these restarts. I don't know who to pick to go for it, honestly. EJ is going to be restarting on the inside, Jose on the outside. Let's see what happens on this restart here, folks. It's going to be side by side. Everybody. I thought the 36 was a lot more beat up than he really is. From a further back view, it looks like that car is, like, destroyed. But it really isn't that bad. So let's see what happens here. Can we make it to the white flag? Can we make it one lap of green flag racing, or are they going to wreck beforehand? Guess we're going to have to wait and find out. Field heads through 3 and goes into 4. Pace car is going to be pulling off this time by. But can we see a double overtime? I don't think we've seen a double overtime yet this season. But this could be the first. You never know what's going to happen here. As pace car is going to peel off of the speedway here. It is going to be a green-white checkered finish. Attempt number 1. Looks like someone doesn't have a wheel back there. He's going to bring it down pit road. And green flag is out. Top 3 get away. Holofield on a little slack there, as he tries to get back up to your race leaders. Jose Gonzalez and Kevin DeBrown side by side for second. Here comes Ron Holofield. Derek Myers in 4th and 5th. Going to try to get up towards the lead and maybe contend for this one. Kevin DeBrown trying to get another win and extend his all-time wins total. And I think, actually, he's tied with Pedro Mujica right now as it sits, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So it's going to be close as the field. It comes out of turn number 2, or no, turn number 4, sorry. We're going to make it a lap. We're not going into double overtime. Top 7, top 8 here, all in contention for the win. Ladies and gentlemen, gloves are off. It is go time here in Daytona. Here comes Ron Holofield to the outside. EJ O'Rourke, will he move up to block? No momentum for the 1 in the 39 yet. Side by side for second, the 93. Gonna hold on. All right, we're still good for now. Nobody's wrecking. Nobody's dying. EJ O'Rourke with a commanding lead right now, trying to go back-to-back here in the Race City Sports. It's big words. They're 3 wide for second, or third on back. But here, coming to the line, does Kevin DeBrown have anything for EJ O'Rourke? Here they come through the tri-oval, and it's going to be EJ O'Rourke over the field here at Daytona. He gets his 2nd win in a row. Back-to-back wins for the 41 machine here tonight. EJ O'Rourke dominates the overtime and comes home victorious yet again here at Daytona. Both races he's won has been at Daytona, so that puts him up to second all-time wins list now, tied with Richard Beasley, with Kevin DeBrown and Pedro Mujica tied for first. But now he's going to burn it down in the grass for Dale. And EJ is going to try to do a victory lap with no right front wheel. More power to him if he can pull it off. We'll watch that while we await drivers to get into the voice chats for post-race interviews. Your top three here tonight at Daytona. No, Ron Hollifield came home in second, with Mac McMillan coming home third. And obviously, EJ O'Rourke with the win. Jose Gonzalez fell from second to seventh in half a turn. Like, out of turn 4, he just started falling back. Michael Muncy came home 11th, which once the points get updated, that should be enough to make him the 12th and final driver in the playoffs. We'll have to wait for that to get updated here in a couple of minutes, probably. He's going to park it on the backstretch. Oh. Oh, no. What button did I press? There we go. There we go. But now we got interviews to do with Mac McMillan. Mac, coming home third here tonight. You had a great night. What are your thoughts on the race?
Man, it was wild. It was eventful for me for sure. I had me and Tyler just working together up front at the beginning of the race, just kind of swapping the lead back and forth. And I guess my wife switches on some Netflix, and I start blinking, then I get booted, and I slide through the infield, and didn't really hurt the car there, but trying to come back up through there, I think I was in like 3 or 4 wrecks, man. I had 10 minutes of optional repair. I repaired that thing on every one of those cautions we had. I restarted 30th so many times. I think on the last restart, restarted like 20th, and somehow, some way, pushed and shoved and clawed up the top 3. It was eventful.
For sure, and once points get updated, we can get a for sure number. But I don't think you made the cut here for the chase. So, with that being said, do you think you'll still run? Maybe try to just run, get some more experience for potentially next season?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna run when I can, when I don't have to work. I missed too many races at the beginning, and the past 2 weeks been caught up in some bad little wrecks here and there. But yeah, I'll be on if I can run them. I'll be in there.
All right. Well, is there any shout outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone here tonight, Mac?
Yeah, shout out to Tyler and all the admin, Joey, for putting it on. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, have a good rest of your week, Mac, and we'll see you next week at, I'm going to guess it's Talladega. I haven't looked at the schedule, but that's what I'm assuming.
Have a good night.
Get so. And I don't see anyone else in the channels yet, but we'll give him a couple of minutes here. And in the meantime, we'll take a look at the full finishing results. So it's Derek Myers in 4th, Joshua Gathright, Kevin DeBrown, Jose Gonzalez, Chris Sawyer, Gerald Livingston, Chad Coleman, Michael Muncie, Brett Murphy, Jeremy Reed, Bruce Lee Weaver, and then Joey Gattina rounding out the top 15. Craig Martin, Richard Beasley, Tim Wortman Jr., Ed Burrell, Brandon Bikey, Steve Hoppett, Justin Fuller, Bobby Wetzel, Tyler Dalton, Forrest Scott, Doug Sigmund, Matt Dominic, John Mustaine Jr., Doy Woods, John Fowler, Joshua Ingram, Louis Robinette, Brian Macklin, Andrew Schroeder, Quentin Carpenter, Kevin England, and then Matt Nicholson with the early DNF on lap 8 or so. And we still don't see anyone else here. Give those guys until 10:30 Eastern time if they're watching this. You got 2 more minutes to join the waiting room. Alright, I don't see anyone else. That's going to end the stream here tonight, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you Friday night with Sim500 once again.